It started with a knock from the mirror. I was staying at my grandmother's house for the week, helping her clean out the attic. She's had that place for as long as I can remember, an old, creaky farmhouse way out in the countryside. It always had a strange atmosphere, especially the hallway upstairs, the one with the antique mirror. The mirror gave me the creeps. It's huge, almost the length of the wall, with an ornate, blackened frame that looked like it belonged in some Gothic cathedral. I don't know how to explain it, but every time I walked past it, I felt watched, like my reflection wasn't really me. Sometimes I'd catch movement in it that didn't match what I was doing, like I'd turn my head, and for a split second, my reflection would still be facing forward. Then one night around midnight, I think I was heading to the bathroom when I heard it. A knock. A soft, deliberate knock. I stopped dead in my tracks. It had come from the mirror. I turned toward it slowly, heart pounding. My reflection was there, but something was off. I wasn't smiling, but it was. It was smiling at me. I backed away, not taking my eyes off it, and ran back to my room, locking the door behind me. I tried to convince myself I was imagining things. Maybe I was overtired. Maybe the house was playing tricks on me. But then I started hearing it again. At night. A soft tapping like fingernails on glass. Sometimes I'd wake up with that sound echoing in my ears. Sometimes it wasn't even coming from the mirror anymore. It was coming from inside the walls. The worst part was that my reflection started acting on its own. At first it was subtle little delays, like it was copying me a second too late. But then it stopped copying at all. I remember standing in front of it one evening, brushing my teeth. I dropped the toothbrush. My reflection didn't. It just stared at me with that awful grin, holding the brush like nothing had happened. I threw a blanket over the mirror that night. I didn't want to see it anymore. The next morning, the blanket was on the floor, written across the glass, in something red and smeared and smelling metallic, were 4 words: "Let me trade places." I don't remember screaming, but my throat was raw by the time my grandmother came running. She said I must have been sleepwalking, but I wasn't asleep. That night, I grabbed a hammer from the basement. I was done being afraid. I stood in front of the mirror, raised the hammer and hesitated. My reflection tilted its head. I hadn't moved. Then it smiled wider than I thought a human mouth could. It raised its hand and mine followed, against my will. I screamed. Everything went dark. When I woke up, I was staring into the mirror, but something was wrong. The world felt backward, cold, hollow. I saw my grandmother coming down the hall behind me. She looked at me confused. I smiled and whispered,